Good Christmas morning, 2019, everyone. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. On behalf of Change Begins With Us, it's a new organization that will be focusing on educating people on parole reform, along with how to prepare for a parole plan for the inmates and their families, and we also will help with some medical issues and unfair treatment inside the prison system. We are willing to work with others, and we need to work with others for change. You can reach us at changebeginswithus for sure at gmail.com, or give us a call at 614-404-4924. I wanted to go over some facts this morning that is kind of interesting. I knew most of them, but some I did not. Ohio has the sixth largest prison system in the nation. There are 31 state prisons in Ohio with a capacity of 38,865 beds. One out of every 25 Ohio residents is under correctional supervision, a 464% increase from less than 30 years ago. I would also like to say that in Ohio we have 53,000 locked up, but a capacity of 35,000 is what it's supposed to be. Ohio State Prison Facts, National Geographic. August 5th, 2015, Ohio has the largest prison system in the nation. Okay, we just went over that. Institutions within the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correctional Reception Center, Southern Ohio Correctional Priority. That's the geographical area. Let's see. That's really all that's on that sheet. But we have, like it says, 31 prisons in the state of Ohio. With a state our size, that is ridiculous. I could see California possibly, and I think they have around the same. I'm not sure. Florida has quite a few. But it's time that we, for one, get rid of the private prisons. In Ohio, we have one privately owned, one privately run. Lake Erie Correctional is the privately owned one, I believe, and that's in Conneaut, Ohio, and North Central is privately run. That is in Marion, right across from Marion Correctional. Um, the staff members at those institutions make slightly over minimum, if that. I remember at Lake Erie many years ago. I was there for a short period of time. Inmates were throwing batteries at the COs, just because the COs weren't going to do nothing when they don't get paid very much. We had one CO that kept getting in trouble on the outside because he would wear his correctional outfit around the neighborhood and people thought he was a cop. That was Lake Erie. North Central, we get quite a few complaints. Medical is one. They don't like to keep anybody that is inside of those two. Well, the private institutions don't like to keep anybody with medical because of the budget that they have to go into. So they're going to suffer at those institutions. The state has a contract with them, and they have to make means within that contract. So you're not going to get the proper health care at any of them. Not that you do at the other institutions. When I was at Marion, we did receive halfway decent back then, but I hear it's really gone the other way and downhill since then. Grafton, when I was there 20 some years ago, it had awful medical care, and I don't think that has really changed by any means. But I see some changes that will be taking place. The jury's out, and I'm not sure how any of that will really affect us. Um, the director has gone around, well, the director and the provost chair has gone around to several prisons and given this plea, their little pitch on what is going to be accomplished and what they're planning on doing. But I have not seen any change as of yet. And the talks that they given, one inmate told me not too long ago that they have to have PTSD because the chair said that she has all people's cases in her mind, which we know is ridiculous. But if that's the case, she has to have PTSD, and I wonder if they can actually make a fair and just decision, because they sure have not. I know one guy that his sentence was 10 to life, and he's been down 32 years or 31 years. He should have been home 20 years ago. Another guy at Mansfield, he's been down 42 years. he should have been home many years ago. I have a couple of friends over at Marion that should have been home, and that's only a drop in the bucket. We have some board members that their loved ones are wrongfully convicted, and I have some friends that their husbands were juveniles and they were locked up. That is ridiculous to lock somebody up at the age of 15 or 14 and then say that they need to do life. I believe it was back in 94 or 84, and I can't remember where, but I believe it was Mississippi, where the last time they executed a child, and it was a 14-year-old black kid. I'm not sure if that's the state or not, or the year, but the black kid walked to the electric chair, not even knowing what was going to happen. He was a kid. He doesn't understand that stuff, and he can't comprehend it. And I'm not saying a 17 and 16-year-old does not know right from wrong, but also they need to go to the juvenile system. That is what the juvenile system was made for. So that is so wrong in the state of Ohio, and I know that Ohio Public Defenders is working on something to do with juveniles. Not sure really what it is. I've been in contact with a lady that's handling it. And the group that I originated with, Fair Treatment Reform and Reentry, is still working on that bill that needs to be passed. They need a sponsor. We need a sponsor. Anybody that has friends on the inside. And I would never back down from what we know to be right and fair. This new group, our focus is slightly different, but our passion is still the same. We are going to work hard to educate those people. You have to educate society, you have to educate legislators and the news media. As we know, recently the news media came after me personally to attack me, to destroy a bill that is so important, so vital, and it affects around 9,000 people. That includes old law and new law. So we have to overcome some of these difficulties. It was very unfair. We were led to believe that newscaster was coming out to do a story on the bill. He did not ask once anything regarding the bill, but his main motive was to destroy it. We have some ideas who was behind it, but regardless of who was behind it, we have to overcome it. We need to work on change. And if we cannot reach out to the people around here and start bringing them in, all races, all genders, all people, we're not going to win. Get over who you don't like, but join forces with what you like, which is fair laws, people receiving a fair parole hearing, people being treated fair once they get released from prison because they already served their time. So why should we keep punishing them for the rest of their lives and be harassed for the rest of their lives? It's no fun. It's really a living hell for so many. And I don't see us, tolerating such actions. We have legislators that make commitments. They back out because they don't like one person, and it affects 9,000 people. So then you have to start over and find someone else. But legislators like that should not be reelected. We have another legislator in Ohio, in the Columbus area, that has drafted a bill, but nothing is going to help our folks at the Parole Board. They want to use a stenographer or whatever you call it, and what's that going to really do? It doesn't show the Parole Board members getting up and walking out, or talking amongst themselves, or disrespecting people. And that's the whole purpose. We need a chance for these people. We need the legislators to take it serious that there is human lives behind it. And it starts with one person at a time. One person talks to the second person talks to the third person. That's how you gain support. Anytime I'm in the grocery store or Walmart, I talk to whoever's around me. I hand them a business card. I share with them what our mission is, what our expectations to see change is. So, I see some positive things coming, but all good things will take time. And we need each and every one of you to stay together, come together, join us on February 15th from 1 to 3 p.m. at 947 Parsons Avenue, or it might be 946 Parsons Avenue, at the United Methodist Church for All People. We're hosting our first networking meeting. Come hear what Change Begins With Us is all about, and bring your group along. Pass out literature. Talk to people. And remember, it's not about me or about you. It's about who we can work with. I would say most groups, we can work with them on something. Because, one is we believe in civil rights. We don't believe that cops should just go around shooting people without justifiable cause. And it's happened for many years. And we're not saying all cops are bad. Absolutely not. But the small amount that are, it reflects the whole station and the whole unit as a whole. So, and if you'd ever like to be a guest on our podcast, please give us a call or text us. Look on Anchor. We're on, I think, 7 different podcasts now, but look on Anchor and join Anchor for free. And look up Change Begins With Us and start watching our videos. You can call in anytime that we have a podcast going. I am really excited with some possibilities. Nobody said advocating is easy, because by no means is it. But it's hard for me to believe that most Ohioans are against people being treated fair. I know growing up, in church, they say you're supposed to love those that have issues. But the first people that condemn people with pasts, some worse than others, the Christians are the most judgmental and abusive towards these folks. And I know that's not what you were taught in church. It's not what I was taught in church. It was taught to pray for others. That includes our president, that some people are bashing that claim to be Christians. Pray for him. I heard a pastor say the other day that he would never pray for somebody that did something seriously wrong. I wonder which Bible he's reading. Well, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget um, February 15th from 1 to 3 p.m., 946 Parsons Avenue in Columbus, Ohio, 43206. Our first networking meeting. Join Change Begins With You, and so many other groups throughout the state of Ohio. Carpool from Cleveland, Akron, Cincinnati, and join us. We need each and every one of you. Feel free to email us at changebeginswithus4sure@gmail.com. Again, that is changebeginswithus4sure@gmail.com. Our phone number is 614-404-4924. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy this awesome day.